Hello and welcome everyone to an absolutely miserable day in the United Kingdom. It is time for the Max Out Finale event, the final event of the season. We've got our very first batch of eggs that we've been walking off. Galarian Corsola, shiny, arrives in these 7 common eggs. We also have the 2 new shiny legendaries of Regieleki and Regidrago. A nice surprise is that 11 o'clock, there's like a mini raid hour going on, and it's been happening all week, which is awesome, so maybe it's a nice finale thing. But our first batch of eggs, let's see if we can get ourselves the Galarian Corsola in the deck straight away, because there's a lot of other trash in there. Get rid of the 5k. Oh, it's Mantine. I do need that shiny, actually. So, there's Galarian Darumaka, Zigzagoon, Ponyta, unfortunately, Yamask, which, you know, all of them can be good shinies. So, we're going to be going for the best egg hatches that we can do and trying to do that. But I have a really strong suspicion that Galarian Corsola is going to be a tricky one to acquire, even Slowpoke. So many of these Galarian Pokemon have had com days in the last 2 years. Come on! Yes, there we go. That is Galarian Corsola right there, the final egg of the batch. Thank goodness for that, and it's awful. Tiny little thing, much smaller than the regular Johto Corsola, or maybe that's a visual glitch. It's a ghost type because of being a dead coral. So we do have a Galarian Corsola in the bag, but it can be shiny, which means we're going to restock. There's Zacian, Zamazenta, Zamazenta, Zamazenta. There is a Regidrago or 2, thankfully that way, but there's 1 Regieleki. Well, we're going to go and do a few raids as best we can, but we do have a raid hour later today, which hopefully we would have live streamed without any hindrance, like Spotlight Hour, timed research, which is actually very kindly gifted us to So Bad Lol. Thank you very much, Ash, who got the shiny G-Max Toxtricity the same time I did in Black Sheep Coffee. Thank you very much, mate, for gifting us the event ticket. Let's check this research task for a Persimmon. I will say the spawns are potentially not the most interesting thing given the last 3 months of the gameplay. It's a finale wrap-up event. We have the Gen 8 starters, we have shiny Wooloo and Squover and Phalanx as a rare spawn in the wild, and possibly Hatena 2, which can't be shiny. There's a collection challenge or 4. Also, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button down below and let me know what your thoughts are of this event, because it's kind of paywall again after Go Wild. It's our first Regidrago since, I think, 2023. That was when it was last available, and 1699 would be your 100%. I forget the weather boost off the top of my head, but 1621 is awful. It needs to be a kind of greyish blue as the shiny. Thank you to Tom L and Thermon Ghost for jumping in on that one. So, could it be a shiny on first raid? Unfortunately not. Let me know if you're the same. I am not chasing these in the raids at all. I am not going to be chasing these like I was the Dialga and Palkia. Just simply, I am raided out. Completely raided out, drained of raid kind of want and need. There's the catch, fantastic. Expecting a catch card on it. Oh, it's the 69%er, fantastic. That is probably the omen to stop raiding it entirely. The other thing is, these 2 legendaries at the moment in the game are pretty trash. The shinies are so-so, but they're new. This doesn't even get a dragon fast move, so it's not a good dragon type, and Regieleki is just too glassy with 2 weaker movesets to make it your worthwhile. Okay, we decided to burn a remote pass. JT Valor invited us all the way to Japan, so thank you, dude. 1669, so it's kind of halfway on that one. Maybe a Japanese shiny from the Shiny King himself. It is also, if you didn't remote enough over Go Wild, there's a 10 remote raid pass thing for this event until the 1st of December. It's not shiny, unfortunately. There's the catch. Thank you very much, JT Fella, 91%. Now let's jump in the Regieleki and try and get this one shiny. It goes a paler yellow, and the blue bits become like white or kind of cream. I don't know, let's jump in. And that is Regieleki taken down, obviously very easy as well. Not as easy as Regidrago, which I believe you can solo if you have top tier counters. I don't remember the 100, but I think it's rainy boosted here, so this is probably trash. Pavnoko, Christian, Sue, and I forget the other person who was in there, honestly, but another Patreon squad member. Thanks for jumping in, people. Could it be shiny on raid number 1? No, it can't be. When this was an elite raid, our 2nd or 3rd raid was a 98%er. It jumps constantly, obviously. Electric bouncing, you know. Critical catch, love that. 4XL candy, we did put Mega Ampharos down to get both of them done, and yeah, this is a 12-12-12. The floor of a lucky trade, so it can't go any worse, but this is my favourite of the 2. However, we do have the lovely ticketed research. Thank you, Ash, again. This is the $5 ticket to get a pose. There is also a $10 ticket on top of it, which basically boosts the raid bonuses. Not sure if you're going to want to go for that, because, you know, it's another 15 quid on top of an already horrendously expensive last 10 days. Phalanx. Could have been shiny. Finally, Phalanx core. Right, we get our 1000 dust and a lovely pose. Thank you again, Ash. Really appreciate that. Now, my recommendation for this next, what is it, like 5 days worth of gameplay? There's no event over this weekend, which is a rarity in the game, so definitely take a little breather, people. Have some time to yourselves. But chase the wild spawns if you can do. I'd recommend personally whacking down a Primal Groudon, because then you can get the Catch Candy boost on 3 good typings, including 2 of the starters for Grookey and Scorbunny. Obviously, drop yourself a Water Mega if you want to boost your Sobble catches, but this will be a very good and possibly final chance to chase those Generation 8 starters for their candies. Otherwise, you can chase some more Squovet Shinies and Wooloo, so there's some free stuff to go for, which is always nice. Good news! Our second batch of eggs has already been walked off. Thank goodness for half egg distance and those spare supers we didn't burn over the Go Tour. The Go Tour? The Go Wild. There they are. And that's a Galarian Meowth. Give me a Corsola. Knew this was going to be the case, that you hatch all the other stuff and not get the Corsola itself, because there's even the Zigzagoon. 3 or 4 of these have had either com days, research days, or major events they've already been featured in. There's a Galarian Corsola. Fabulous. Our second one. It's a lot of your mask. I suspected there'd be a lot of your mask. Let's check and see whether there are any 4 stars in there. No, no, no. Corsola's much better though, but all the way from Germany. Barden, I think that is BMT actually, BMT Brain. And the Patreon squad, and there we go. Lovely stuff. Right, anything surprising on Daily Incense? No. I think the raid hours are like every 2 hours at the moment. There seems to be a nice little boost on them. So 1 o'clock, more raids have appeared. Thank you everybody, including Tony TM, jumping in on the Regidrago. Shiny Regidrago, it is not. Managed to get a star piece down. Our third batch of 7s. Trying for a shiny Galarian Corsola, but probably getting no shinies whatsoever. Remember, I'm doing this so you don't potentially have to. Dear. Actually, to be fair, Galarian Darumaka isn't too bad at all. That's terrible. Come on. No, Zigzagoon. Please, Meowth. It could be a good shiny. Come on. It's just your mask for days. Bring me something good. Zigzagoon. Come on, final egg, I think. Ponyta. That was a horrendous batch of eggs right there. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my god. We're going to finish up here, and actually that is going to be a goodbye to the whole max out season, including this finale, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get back out and grind it, certainly not this weekend. Max out season, I honestly thought it was one of the best seasons of Pokemon Go we've had in a very, very long time. There have obviously been some meh bits and pieces. The Psychic Spectacular immediately comes to mind, but there's been vastly more good and new additions and new events and new Pokemon and everything, and Go Wild may have been one hell of a ridiculously OTT expensive experience, but it was a great one from my point of view nonetheless. So waving goodbye to max out season and saying hello to Dual Destiny. This got announced yesterday and it is going to be running, of course, for the next 3 months, and you can see the trailer is beautiful. It hints at quite a few potential bits and pieces. Obviously, Reshiram and Zekrom heavily focused in this video trailer. I'm going to put forward a few predictions right now. We see that not only is Scatterbug and Pavilion featured a lot in this video. I don't remember who pointed this out to me on social media, but the snake Ekans is featured in this video, and that could lead to the Lunar New Year, which is going to be the year of the snake. Obviously, the video includes a lot of, winter ice type Pokemon, but there was one little feature of Swablu in there, which does make me worry for the Comday Classic in January of 2025. However, Sprigatito gets its very own video slide in there, which makes me think that January's Community Day 2025 could very well be the Grass Gen 9 starter of Sprigatito, which would be very interesting to see. But moving on down here, you can see that there's 10 hours until the release of the Go Tour information, and we will have that stuff here on the channel, so don't miss out on that one. But Dual Destiny special research, there are going to be Pokemon debuts and more events and everything, which we're actually going to cover right here on this video. So Sinistea and Polteageist, 2 new Pokemon, are going to be releasing straight away with the My Cup of Tea event. It's the British event, basically. There are going to be Shadow debuts, so we're waving goodbye to the legendary beasts of Johto after 3 rotations each, and we're saying hello to the Hoenn Gen 3 Golem Regis. Yay. Regice is the first one to be featured, so that's going to be the weekend Shadow Legendary Raid Boss, and they'll be Shadow Shiny for the first time ever. New Max Pokemon debuts. It has been announced that Gigantamax Lapras is coming in a Max Battle Day focus thing, which we're going to talk about very soon. But Machop and Krabby are 2 new Dynamax Pokemon that are brand new to this, and there will also be one more addition. We know the Com Day dates, of course, and there are themed stickers. We have the return of the Expedition Access ticket, which is a paid thing that will be 1 per month, I imagine, so it'll be free during the course of the season. And in that, it will give you an incubator every single day that you spin a Pokestop or a photo disc at a gym, which is quality, to be honest. Doesn't say if it's single use or not. There is a GBL update, which is getting some people talking, but the season rotations are definitely something to note. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's a shift up in the spawns and the eggs, which is great. And your seasonal bonuses are as follows: an additional raid pass per every single day that you spin a photo disc at a gym, so that's 2 free passes per day. Extra dust earned from defeating rocket grunts and battles for leaders, which is okay, and there's extra dust from gifts. The first event of December is looking a little bit like it's missed out on the Halloween slot, to be honest, because it is Join a Ghostly Tea Party featuring Sinistea and Poltegeist. I honestly think these should be debuts for the Halloween event part 2, to be honest. This is quite a short event. It runs from December the 3rd at 10 AM your local time and concludes December the 7th at 8 PM your local time. It's boosted damage in raids and boosted Stardust from completing raids, with following incense encounters available of Oddish, Miltank, Combi, Gothita, Litwick and Spritzy, and the wild encounters are a little bit dead of Slowpoke, Tailo, Slackoth, Duskull, Starly and Greavard that can't be shiny. Sinistea seems to be locked into 1-star raids, which is a real crying shame, to be honest, and it can't be shiny, but everything else can be. This also brings in Genesect Chill Drive, which is going to be a heavily focused raid boss for the course of December. There honestly isn't much else to this event. I'm hoping Sinistea is going to be available to field research tasks as well. The first weekend event of December is honestly fairly dead unless you need a specific one of these shinies. They evolve to new heights during Aspiring Dragons Research Day, so the research day that is on December the 7th from 2 to 5 PM your local time. The featured Pokemon, not Dragon type. Yes, some of them can evolve to Dragon types, but they are not Dragon types. Horsey, Trapinch, Swablu, God forbid, that may be the teaser in the video, and Skrelp. I like Skrelp and Horsey shinies as their evolutions, but they're not really dragons until you evolve them. The wild encounters are also not dragon types. Spearow, Yanma, Carvana, why is Dwebble in there, for God's sake? Ducklet and Binacle. None of those even evolved to dragon types. There's a $2 paid ticket research that gives you the timed research of all the extra encounters for Horsey, Trapinch, Swablu and Skrelp, which is a-okay, and that is that event. Let me know if you're excited for it. However, this is the big one, or rather the Gigantamax one. Gigantamax Lapras is making its debut in the Gigantamax system, and it's the first time we've had a limited slot for it, so December the 8th, the immediate Sunday after the research day, 2 to 5 PM your local time. The debut with the shiny boost on it, of course. It introduces a brand new item which is called the Max Mushroom, which basically amplifies your damage done by fast charge and max attacks, and you can put that on. When you put more than one mushroom in, it extends the duration that it's active for, not the damage multiplier. There will be huge event bonuses on this one. Basically means the max particle collection is increased to 1600, so that's double what it usually is. All power spots will host the Gigantamax battles. Power spots will refresh more frequently, and 8 times max particles from power spots, which is epic. So that really means you could collect all your energy from one. And there's going to be extra bonuses of 2 times max particles from exploring, so you get 600 rather than 300, I believe, and quarter adventuring distance to receive those max particles. So rather than having to explore 2 kilometers, you can explore half a kilometer to then get 600, which is insane. There is a hefty $5 ticket included in this, which rewards you with the max mushroom and 25,000 XP, as well as 2 times XP from max battles, and max particle collection will increase to 5,600. Kind of works out with the monetary value of that ticket, so you're basically buying the max particles, but you can get them from the power spots. And there's a web store bundle, so honestly I am super excited for that one. Gigantamax Lapras will be one of the more usable Max, Dynamax, Gigantamax, Ice and Water Pokemon available in the system. And this was released not too long ago. Duskmane and Dawnwing's Necrozma make their first return since the GoFest Global Raid event. So you've got the raid day here, December the 14th, 2 to 5 PM your local time. It will be the fusion forms that we're going to be raiding, which is great. It means we're going to be able to get the solar and lunar energy from them. These two are some of the best Pokemon available in Pokemon Go, so definitely not one to miss out on if you don't have the energy or the Necrozma, and this will have a better shiny boost compared to the Go Fests. The standard 5 additional free passes for spinning the discs at gyms. You will have an increased chance of shiny Necrozma, as we mentioned, and the remote raid cap will be lifted to 20 for the window around the event.
There is a paid ticket for 5 USD, which obviously is the standard stuff as well. It's an additional 8 passes included in it. You'll get increased chance of rare XL candy from the raid battles, 50% more XP, and double dust from raid battles. Now let's dive into the whole month of December. The max battles are in full swing for December. We have Dynamax Machop debuting for the first time ever with the shiny potential, December the 3rd to December the 9th, and that also has 2 3-star Dynamax battles of Beldum and Phalanx in there, and Wooloo makes its return. December the 9th to the 23rd has Bulbasaur, Charmander and Squirtle back, Krabby is a brand new one, and Squovet in there. And then to round out the month of December, Dynamax Cryogonal makes its debut as the first Ice-type Dynamax battle, which is really cool to see. Obviously, Gigantamax Lapras is going to be vastly better than it, but it also has Krabby sticking around, and then Grookey, Sobble, and Scorbunny making their return. Your Max Mondays are returning, with Squirtle on December the 2nd, Krabby on December the 9th, Charmander getting yet another one on December the 16th, Cryogonal getting the focus on December the 23rd, and December the 30th is Bulbasaur. Your 5-star raids are actually very minimal for December, and the reason is the Mega Raids take a bit of priority from them. So Genesect Chill Drive, being a brand new shiny drive version, is here from December the 3rd to the 12th, and then Altered Giratina is from the 26th of December to the 4th of January. Why is that, you ask? Well, the Mega Raids are the reason why. The net is alongside Genesect in the December 3rd to the 12th slot, but then Mega Latios takes over from the 12th to the 19th of December, making its first return in a long time, and then Latias comes in from the 19th to the 26th of December. And then the overgrown Christmas tree of Mega Abomasnow is there from the 26th of December to the 4th of January. We've already mentioned the Shadow Raids for Regice going to be over the course of the December weekends, but the raid hours are as follows. You have Chill Drive Genesect on December the 4th and the 11th, so it gets a double dose, which is cool. And then Mega Latios has a raid hour on December the 18th, and Mega Latias on December the 25th. Literally Christmas Day, people. The spotlight hours, I would argue, are some of the best we have seen in a very long time. First up, Sableye on December the 3rd with 2 times Dust. Now that is a boosted Dust Pokemon, 750 Dust per catch. If you boost that with 2 times Dust, that is extraordinary. It's 1500 Dust or something per catch, not including a star piece. We then have Murkrow on December the 10th with double catch XP. We then have a duel of Slugma and Bergmite, both brilliant shinies with double catch candy on December the 17th. Then Delibird, which is another boosted Dust Pokemon, 500 Dust per catch. Also the costume variant with a holiday ribbon is on December the 24th with double transfer candy. And finally Togetic on New Year's Eve, December the 31st with 2 times evolution XP. And I think finally, because there's been a lot of news at the end of this video, just my cup of tea, we've gone through from December the 3rd to the 7th. Aspiring Dragons we know of, Gigantamax Lapras Raid Day we know of, the Young and the Wise we haven't heard much of yet, December the 10th to the 14th. Don't know what that's going to be. We obviously have heard about Necrozma's Raid Day on December the 14th. The holiday event kicks off with Part 1 December the 17th to the 22nd, and that actually overlaps, as we know, with the December weekend Com Day extravaganza. That will be the 21st and 22nd of December. The holiday Part 2 event kicks into gear on December the 22nd at 10 AM your local time, and that runs through until December the 27th. The final boosted weekend event is Charged Embers Hatch Day. Now, there's only a certain number of electric and fire type Pokemon that are baby hatch Pokemon, so take your pick what you think it might be. December the 29th from 2 to 5 PM your local time. And finally, we finish December with the New Year's 2025 event that actually only runs from December the 30th to January the 1st at 8 PM your local time. So that is all of the content available here, and I am very excited for the month of December. Honestly, December's the season around December, January, February with Tour included, always epic. It's always a huge deal. That was a lot of information, I know, so if you enjoyed either the video or the content and the news that you saw, hit that subscribe button down below. We will have the Unova Tour info coming out very soon, which is going to be epic. But thank you so very much to the Patreon squad, every single person on the rolling credits here at the end of their videos. You guys are the reason we're able to continue doing things like this and making it to live events. Fingers crossed for wherever Unova Tour is actually going to be this year. And of course, the videos, the live streams, and more besides. You guys are truly awesome, and I really do appreciate every single one of you for taking your support that much further. And I really don't think there's going to be another video coming out on the channel this week, because I would quite like a bit of a break after the Go Wild area event. event, to be honest. So, coming up next week, of course, we will have Genesect's first Chill Drive Shiny Raid Hour. You can comment below on this video, including your in-game name and your friend code if you were interested in joining December's first Raid Hour. And of course, we'll have the Spotlight Hour for Sableye. We'll be going ham for the dust on that one. Looking forward to it, but there'll be more events coming out on the Wednesday next week, which I'm looking forward to, as we've mentioned. You can drop a download to the Incensed podcast. Episode 199 is releasing this Sunday, but we'll have the recording for episode 200 live on the Incensed podcast YouTube channel, which you can find here on the links there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and join us, because it's going to be an open public recording for episode 200. It's going to be something very different, and it is basically our 4-year anniversary, which is kind of wild to think. Again, going 4 years on this podcast. Enjoy the fun and games. It's going to be 8 p.m. on December the 3rd GMT. And if you enjoyed the content here, go and check out one of the videos here on your screen. There's plenty for you to enjoy from multiple years of Pokemon Go content. Maybe you want to look back at the Go Fest or the Sinnoh Tour from earlier in the year, or have some hardcore event grind stuff that we do, like 24-hour challenges and things like that. Honestly, I hope you can stick with me. If you enjoyed, I'd really appreciate your subscription. And I'll say until the next time, see you in December. Do take care.